Hey kiddos, it's Tanglewood Sue, and I have helmet head because Sadie and I decided, excuse me while I fix myself up. Hello YouTube, hello Facebook. Sadie and I just played hooky today. We totally played hooky today. It was so gorgeous. There. Okay. It was so gorgeous. Hello Arthur. That we grabbed my new bike, grabbed her bike, and we rode into DC. Well, not into DC. Hello, Jordan. Seeing some new faces on here. What? I'm on the right page. Hey, Devlin. Yes, I'm on the right page. I love seeing new faces. Anyway, you guys, Sadie and I jumped on the bikes and we went 20 miles, which is pretty good for me considering my knee. So the e-bike, yay for the e-bike, covered in purple paint. Y'all, it was so fun. It was so, hey Bessie, it was so fun. If you're in the DC area at all, we went on the Anacostia Trail and there's an enormous indoor skate, covered pavilion that is a skating rink. And we watched these awesome skaters. And then there was also a group, I would have to say it's a senior group, with music blasting, and they were totally dancing. Like where I grew up in North Carolina, I would have called the dance that they were doing shagging, which I know those of you who are in the UK are like, bah, ha, ha, ha. But that's the dance where it's like, you know, it's kind of bump, ba-dum, 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 bump, ba-dum. Anyway, that's what they were doing, but much hipper and much cooler music. Anyway, it was so fun. So Sadie and I just hung out down there for a while and watched everybody skating and dancing. And then about a mile from home, I'm like, we went too far. Sadie's like, I know, and you're on a freaking e-bike. And I'm like, I know, but I'm tired. So I gave myself half an hour to relax. We're back, we're here. Hello, Creative Candy Studios. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Trisha. Welcome. All right. Let me show you what we're doing today. There's so many projects going on. There's so many projects. I'm gonna flip around and just show you all the projects. Show you all the projects. If you want to get right to it, just fast forward. Just fast forward. Don't leave me a nasty comment. Just learn how to scroll. Jeez Louise. Okay, sorry, that wasn't meant for you. That wasn't meant for my live viewers. This is what we're working on. Oh, hold on. I've got to lift my shirt in front of you. This is what we're working on today. For those of you who've seen this piece or know what's going on, and for those of you who don't, so basically in an absolute fit, I painted this purple like the morning of an event that we had because I was like, I want to use it, but it's a little dull, so I'm just going to paint that purple. Had not done anything with it, left it, abandoned it, whatever, moved on. Then my friend Adriana from Femme Fatale, if you guys are in the DC area, they do a pop-up called Femme Fatale. And she came over to check out some furniture that I'm gonna do for them, saw this piece and was like, yes. And I said, okay. And she's like, I love it as is. And I said, well, I don't. Okay, so those of you who saw my poll, I just wanted to I know she loves the gold and I know she loves the purple, but for me, it has to be tied together. I can't put my name on it. I can't put my name on it if it's not tied together. So this is all that we're doing. I'm gonna show you how today. See how subtle that is? Y'all, it's so subtle. We're just doing a little bit of the oil slick that we did on my chair over here, okay? We're just doing the same thing. We're just doing the same thing. So basically from afar, you guys, hey Shaz, it looks very similar. I'm not fixing up all this white. I'm not cleaning I cleaned it, but it's just kind of vintagey looking, but that's all we're doing. And I'm just gonna show you guys kind of how I'm doing it. Because there's a little bit of a trick to it. There's a little bit of a trick. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So sometimes you have to redo it. So all right, are you guys down with that? You down with that? So also, that's what I've been working on today. And then I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. A little sneak peek. Look who's been decoupaging with her own decoupage paper today. Y'all, I am totally out of practice. And, oh, I got a smudge on there. Oh well, I'll cover it. I I did not realize how out of practice I was. So I made it work. I made it work. But this paper is awesome, I gotta tell you. So I'm gonna start painting it. I got it pretty darn smooth. I wanna say this, and I'm gonna put this in my short. If you haven't decoupaged with paper in many years, and you haven't decoupaged with this kind of rice paper, I don't think it's actually rice paper, but it's a specialty paper. Practice. I don't know, try it on something. Maybe don't do a rounded edge with a lot of detail. Because if y'all had heard the expletives while I was filming myself in a time lapse, thank God it was a time lapse. Oh my God. All right, this purple is violet, wild violet. Oh my God, I didn't plan that. This is so bad it's embarrassing. I did not plan this at all. But I guess the odds are good. The odds are good that I'll match my furniture, considering, right? All right, let's get this party started. I'm gonna bring you over. So I'm working on that decoupage. I'm working on a bunch of new art pieces. You guys wish me luck. I'm gonna apply to be in an art fair. And I'm not gonna, sorry, I'm bringing you down. I'm not, this is big, okay, this is big. Hold on, I need to bring you down more. You're so tall. I'm gonna apply. I don't know if I'll get in. It's a fair I have done for many years. But, and I would assume, you know, I'm not gonna assume anything because I'm not gonna bring furniture. Yes, I'm gonna show you, Angela, what I did. I'm gonna show you up close. I am not gonna bring furniture. I'm not gonna bring candles. I'm not gonna bring coasters. I'm not gonna bring jewelry. I'm only applying with my art. I know that's not, I want to try it because I think I've said people won't buy my art, but they'll buy my jewelry. People may not buy my art, but everybody will buy a candle. Well, and people love coasters. And I finally reached that point where I'm like, why do you want the coasters? Because they're my art. So this is going to be the first time I actually try to apply for an art fair based solely on the art. Ooh, wish me luck. Wish me luck. I don't know if I'll get in. It's a juried event, but it's local. I may get in based on sheer, what's not nepotism, but just because I know everybody on the committee. But I'm not asking for any favors, and I want to see if I can just get in. And I said, John, are you willing to sit out in the hot sun with me in September if I get in? Because it's always brutal. It's always a brutal day. And the fair used to be, well, was where my shop was. And so I would just be like sitting there like in my air conditioning feeling all superior to all those poor artists out there in their tent. Let's hope it's gonna be me. Okay, so what are we doing? Let's talk about the colors that I'm playing with, and then I'm gonna bring you down even further. I'm using the Prima waxes. Oh, for goodness sakes. Don't do this to me, Prima. I put my gloves on. Okay, I put them all. I'm using Indian pink. Some light lavender color. I've got all the cups on. The violet color, I'm out of this right now, but I can order you some if you want it. And Heather Hill, no. Okay, this is Heather Hills. I've got all the caps on wrong. A light pink, a light lavender, a hot pink, right? And I'm using, oh wait, where's my other pink? Oh, it's somewhere. And I'm using Peacock by Miss Lillian's, okay? This blue is amazing. So this is a multi-step process, and I just want to kind of tell you how I do it. So say goodbye to my face. Oh, thank you for jumping on, Candy Studio. I appreciate you coming on even for just a minute. That was really sweet of you. Just, you can watch the replay if you want to come back along and see how this works out. Let's get you all the way down here and up close. Yeah, baby. Is that good, you guys? Can you see okay? Okay, so I prefer to do this without gloves, but I'm trying to say do it, you know, I'm trying not to say do as I say, not as I do. It's a little hard to do this, so I'm gonna try. So basically I did clean this, and I cleaned it with mineral spirits and got off as much gunky gunk as I could. These have a tendency, if they're 5 years old, like mine are, to dry out, but put a little bit of mineral spirits in there, put the cap back on, shake it up and leave it overnight, and they softened up pretty well. These don't come in the tins anymore. Actually, a couple of these colors come in the tins, but they now come in tubes, which I don't like as much for using, but as far as like this, like I don't like the tubes. I prefer this. I prefer doing this. Because the tubes are a little, I don't know. I just feel like I waste more with the tubes, but I'm just putting this kind of all over. But these dry out a little faster because there's more chance of me not putting the cap on right. So I'm just trying to spread this out a little bit. I'm not being perfect with it. I saved this area just for you guys, but there's other areas that I've already done. I'm going to show you the next step. The biggest question I get whenever I'm using these metallic waxes, kiddos, is how does it stay on? How does it stay on? The same way the wax on your car stays on. The same way, I'm trying to think of what else is waxed. Now, this one isn't going on quite as smooth. This is, I don't know what kind of gold this is. So I do want to tell you that when I paint gold and I put these waxes on, it's like butter. I mean, it goes on so smooth. I am gonna tell you that whatever this gold is, it makes it a little bit clumpier. It's not terrible, I'm dealing with it. So we got the pink. Let's put a little purple on that. Hey there, hey Angela. I can see some of your names. I can't see the thing too well, all right? This is the violet, and this is an amazing purple, I gotta say. And I will not be mad at you if you are inspired by me using it and you want to just go order it. It's by Prima. You guys know I always appreciate when you shop for me, but I'm out of this right now, and I'm trying to get away from doing too much shipping. So I'm not going to be hurt if you order this off Amazon. I tell you what, just go to my Amazon page through my link, the TanglewoodSue.com links. And if you go onto my Amazon page, even just by clicking there and then you go buy something else on Amazon, I get like a cent. You know, they add up, baby. All right, so I'm just like, do you see I'm just kind of blending it in? Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Well, she likes the gold. Let the gold show through. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be yelling at you guys. Hey Betty, I don't mean to be yelling at you guys. The upside is that our reach has gotten really strong. I've bragged about that enough. About my vanity metrics. Lives in Tanglewood. Oh no! My shop was on Tanglewood Drive, in Edmonston, Maryland. But y'all, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be sassy with you, but when you have to, like, I believe that I've worked really hard to make connections with people, so I answer comments. You will see that I'm a complete dork, and I answer almost all comments on my short form media. And I try to answer all these on the long form too. But if you are committed, as I am, to answering people's questions, because all I've wanted to do is teach people how to upcycle. So if they're on my TikTok or my Reels or whatever, and they're asking a question, and I've decided I'm going to ignore the comments, because a lot of people do that. I don't want to deal with the hate, so I'm just going to ignore the comments. Well, I get like 90% awesomeness and 10% hatefulness. So I just got to like, but that 10% can be really sassy. And I don't sass back because it's just, I just block and delete. Or I will try to respond in a constructive manner. I actually had someone write me today from YouTube and say, I really like the way you respond to nasty comments. It made me follow you. See, people are watching you. They're watching you to see what kind of character you have. Fake it till you make it. So anyway, I'm sorry if I'm sassy with you today, but when you have to deal with like, you know, I would say I probably deleted 30 people today. You know, you get a little sass. You get a little sass. So I'll be nice. You're my people. You're my people. I'm not going to sass you, but I'm sorry if I'm in general a little sassy today. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. Be nice. Okay, I'm done. All right, this is the hotter pink. I think see, it's gotten a little bit harder. So it might be a little, I'm just going to dig my nail in. I've got my gloves on, hopefully, unless I just ripped it. And we're just going to kind of spread that out. It's okay if it's a little bit clumpy, because the next step's kind of going to take care of that. Do you guys have any questions while I'm rocking it out here? Aw, thank you, Tina. I love sassy women too. I try, you know, people are just nasty on the internet. What are you going to do? But sometimes I can't help myself. Like, I just want to be funny. I just want to have a comeback. It just comes to me so fast. It's scary how fast I don't really think I would make a very good stand-up comedian, but I think that what I do have is the ability, like if someone were to heckle me, to like be really fast on however I would handle them. All right, now watch what happens when we put this peacock on. Like, that'd be the only thing. I wouldn't be able to remember my set. I wouldn't be able to tell a joke with any proper timing. Basically, I think my only superpower would be if I got heckled, I could do I would be really great under that pressure. I think I would be able to come up with really fast comebacks. All right, so you can see this is pretty intense. It's pretty intense what we're doing here, but don't you worry. And if she had not liked the gold, I might just leave it like this and be like, this is awesome. This is awesome, because it kind of is awesome. But she did like the gold. So that was one of my nasty comments today. This gal was like, wasn't nasty, I'm exaggerating. But she was like, in the short, if you guys saw it, I was joking about, you know, my client loves it, but I got to change it. You know, it's 30 seconds. And, you know, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. I mean, of course I checked with my client first, you guys. But for the sake of my little story, I was like, you get me. It's creating a little dramatic effect. She read me the riot act. As service providers, I'm a hairdresser, and it's important that we listen to our customers and not just impose our own artistic vision. If they want what they want, we should honor it. Delete. No, I didn't. Actually, I wrote her back something nice, and I said, you know what? You really, in order to get an arc of a story in less than 1 minute, less than 30 seconds, you gotta skip a few facts. So don't you worry, little missy. Don't you worry. I was probably pretty condescending, but oh well. Okay, so let me flip that around so you guys can see that up close. All righty. Shaz, you're getting better. What was wrong, darling? I hope you're better. I'm going through and seeing if there are any comments. Here, I'll hold that there so I can look crazy. Yes, I am sassy. Okay, so now we've got this on. Okay, now, for anybody paying attention, it's a little bit dull. It's a little bit dull because when you put the waxes on, and this is what I want to explain to people, this isn't the final step. And yes, right now, if I were to take a rag, I could basically wipe all this off. You need to give it time to cure. But in order to do the step that I want to show you, I don't want it to fully cure. That's the trick of this. So right now, if I wipe, it's all going to come right off. If I give it about 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to be able to not only buff it, which is going to make it shiny, but it's also going to kind of blend these out even more, okay? So that you won't really see the delineation of colors in the same way. And it'll pull back a little bit more of the gold underneath. Okay, so that's my plan. So let me show you how I've done that, and we'll let that go, and then we'll come back to it. So you can see kind of the intensity of the colors here. Sorry, the light's going the other way. But then as you come over here and see what I've done, it's a lot more subtle. It's a lot more subtle, okay? So that's by design. If you want it intense, and do you see how that's really shiny? So you can always add more, but that's the look that I'm going for. So now let me pull back so you guys can see it. So you can see, like if you were walking in, you'd be like, oh, it's gold. And then as you kind of get up to it, it looks a little bit more like carnival glass. I probably even went a little heavier on the bottom than I did up top. All right, but let me show you some areas I haven't really buffed yet. So let's get back in position and I'll show you. And that's basically it. I want you guys, so there's kind of a sweet spot. So if you wait too long, if you get distracted and you wait too long, it's going, your colors are gonna harden, okay? And they're not gonna blend together as much. You're not gonna be able to pull them back as much. So if you like are doing this and then all of a sudden you get pulled away, see, as I'm rubbing, I'm really not rubbing, let me see if I can get a clean part of this so I can show you. I'm not really rubbing any off anymore. I'm just buffing it. I'm just buffing it. And so this is where when you start to see it get reflective, now you're cooking with gas, kiddos. That's it. I know it's so confusing for people, like the wax, but you know, I get that because I was confused by that too. When I first started out, I mean, trying to figure out the difference between when you put on a patina, when you put on a wax, when you put on a gilding wax, when you put on the top coat, you know? So you guys, I actually have a freebie on my website right now going over top coats. I forgot about that. And this is why I'm not so good at the marketing. I created it and then I forgot to tell anybody. If you go on to tanglewoodSue.com and you go to freebies, I made one with the top coats and it tells you what top coats I like and what order works best. Do you see how that got all shiny? Now, do you see how I went outside the lines a little bit? So all you need to do in that situation is take some clear wax. All right, it's just like people were getting on my case for using deodorant on my face to dye my hair. I don't know, people just want to get on my case about everything these days. But basically, they were right, not about the deodorant. They're like, it's bad for your skin. I'm like, we put it in our armpits. They were like, you know, you can use a little bit of dye. I can't see you, so I'm using my hands. You can use a little bit of dye to get the dye off, which makes perfect sense. Sometimes, if I need to get a little bit of nail polish off and I don't have nail polish remover, you just put on a little bit more nail polish. Then you can take it off. So same thing with the wax. Even after it's hardened, if you do want to take off a little bit or clean it up a little bit, just put a little bit of clear wax, clean her up. Clean her up. All right, so now it hasn't been 10 minutes, but let's look and see how this is doing. I kind of want to show you. I wish I faced the other way. I'm so sorry. with the light hitting it, it would make so much more sense, but all right, so that's clean. So I'm just gonna go really lightly and really lightly. So you don't wanna go really hard at this point. You kinda wanna I'm just kind of blending these colors together. I'm getting a little bit that's coming off, but I'm going really, really lightly, okay? I don't wanna take it all off. I'm just trying to kind of blend them together a little bit. Okay, and I'm trying to pull back a little bit of the gold. I don't know how I just figured out that this worked by doing it on the chair. Because I was like, I just put them all on there. And then when I buffed it, they all kind of came together, all the colors. And if you get one piece that's like a little chunky, you can just kind of spread that out. Does that make sense, you guys? So I'm gonna kind of just very, very lightly kind of buff this. I'm not doing that hard buff. I'm just lightly kind of glazing over it, kind of blending it. And then as I do that, it's gonna keep drying. And then when it's completely dry, where I can go like that and nothing comes off on my brush, then we go to town. Then we really, really, really rub it. And you'll tell when it's buffed, when it's super smooth. Like right now, you can't feel this, but it's sticky. It's like, you know, it doesn't feel good. Whereas the others that are buffed, it's like super shiny and super hard and super smooth. So that's what I'm gonna do. This was the last step. Let me show you this one. This one's really pretty right here. Flip it. Why can't I flip it? There it is. I get so confused. Okay, so this one here, you can see it's already starting to shine up for me a little bit, and I'm getting that gold coming through. And hello. Hey, Cherise. Okay, I'm using Miss Lillian's Peacock, and then I'm using Prima Violet, which I'm out of, so I've pre-forgiven you for ordering that on Amazon. But I have all the rest. I have, let's see what colors these are. I can go here and tell you. All right, so I have Blue Lagoon, Heather Hills, Sweet Rose, Indian Pink. This pink is awesome. Graphite, never used it. Peacock, so this comes in a tube now. I have Old Silver, White Pearl. Pearl's really cool because I use that on top of other things. Mint Sparkle, Rose Gold. I think that's the light rose that no, this is the light one. Sweet Rose. So there's Sweet Rose and Rose Gold. So those are the metallics that I'm using. And if you wanted to create the effect like I did on the chair, I would recommend starting with one of the metallic paints by Miss Lillian's, okay? So I used, this is cashmere, but it's very similar to the bronze, or something like champagne, any of them really. This one's really cool, Gold Rush. I mean, that's a really, really rich. This is one I wanna try, Black Pearl. I have a piece that I wanna paint Black Pearl and do this effect on. I think it would be dreamy. Totally dreamy. So that's what we're using. And I'm just gonna keep working on this. I have a few more repairs I need to do on it. But that's my trick. So, and that's what makes it so that it won't come off. Now, see how it's starting to shine up now? Look at that. Boop, 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 boop. And see how it's not, see how I'm getting the gold coming through? You just gotta play with it. Every piece is different. Every piece is different. And this is different because I was going over somebody else's gold. Cherie, you need to get one of these. I mean, actually, that's how they work. They just work so well together. They just work so well together. All right, so what I need to finish doing, because I told her she could pick this up on Friday. So, oh, you were asking me about the gold. So what I did, it's hard to see here. I didn't pull the gold down, but I pulled that peacock and that pink. So if you were to see this in person, you would see that I did the pink along the edge and I pulled it down a little bit because see, we've got this whole gold back here. If there was no gold back there, I'd be like, oh, we need some gold in the body, but I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I think having the cream color, and also this is gonna be for display. So, you know, we don't want it to be, I mean, you know me, I'm always gonna be over the top, but I get like if, you know, if it were for me, I would have painted every single bit of it a different color, but I really think that just the solid purple is actually pretty good because there's gonna be probably jewelry inside and artwork. So let's let it shine. But I did just subtly bring down, peacock's probably my favorite color, especially against this violet. This is a wild violet. Wild violet. Don't break the glass too. So I put that around the edges. And then I just put the, I need to clean it up, but I put the wild violet down and then I put the peacock on top of it. And then around this edge, I put the pink. So it's not really gonna show up in a photograph, but it's there. It's there, my friends. Do you guys have any more questions for me? Oh, I wanted to show you this, but I've covered it with multiple paints, so I don't think you can see. Darn it. I did that short where I showed how to use the swamp mud. I don't know if you guys saw it, and I banged up my own furniture just to prove my point. And I'm sitting here trying to remember where I did that in order to show you that I'm right. I'm getting sassy again, that I'm right. But it's so well camouflaged that I can't see it. I think it was, no, all right, I did spill on top of here. That's not scratches, that's something else. That was me spilling. It was back here. It was back here. This is where I hit it. And everybody keeps commenting, I can still see the scratches. Because that's how they sound to me. I can still see the scratches. Now I can't remember. Oh, there it is. Okay, there, you can see the light hitting it. You see? So this was with the swamp mud, and I hit it with a hammer, and then I took the claw of the hammer and I scratched the top out of it. And then I put a coat of swamp mud on, and then I put the paint, and this is swamp mud again, don't worry about that. That's just because I'm trying to get it all one color again, and then I got distracted. But I don't know if you can see it. There's one dent right here, right there. That's the dent that was left after one coat of swamp mud. And everybody was like, I can still see it. I'm like, well then you have freaking X-ray vision, and I hope that you are a superhero, because if you can see this scratch that I can't see while I'm staring at it, I think that you need to be saving the world. See? All right, wouldn't that be good? If that was a heckler in the audience, that would have been ba-bam, mic drop. Okay, maybe not. I'll keep my day job. All right, you guys, have a fantastic day. I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna finish making you the video of me doing this. And then I gotta go work on this week's blog post. I wrote the blog, but oh my God, I have to finish editing the video. Y'all, I got stuff to do. I gotta go. I gotta go. Okay, bye everybody. Oh, now I got that on my mouth. That was bad. Y'all have a good day.